I'm Alex with Storyline Travel. In this video, we're visiting Vienna, Austria, the capital and largest city in Austria. We visited Vienna on this latest occasion on our river cruise of the Danube. The river cruise will actually dock outside the city at the city's edge near the Reichsbruch. On this particular visit, we took the opportunity to take a walking tour excursion. Because we were on the outskirts of town, the tour began with a bus ride, and we got to ride along the Ring Boulevard. Once finished, we headed to the central district, the Innenstadt, which is Vienna's Old Town. Once we stepped off the bus, we enjoyed our tour on foot. One of the first visits that we made in our tour was the State Hall. Built in Baroque style in the 18th century, it is part of the former court library. It has stunning ceiling frescoes and houses the National Library, including papyrus and globe museums. With over 200,000 historical books, this unique library hall is one of the most beautiful in the world. Do note there is a fee to visit this library. Next, we visited Hofburg. It is the former Imperial palace of the Habsburg dynasty in Austria. It is located dead in the center of Vienna and was built in the 13th century. It served as the Imperial winter residence. Today, this massive palace complex serves as the workplace and home of the President of Austria. Visitors can catch a glimpse of Hofburg Palace's imperial past, the richly decorated imperial apartments, the Assisi Museum, and the lavish silver collections are all open to guests who want to see the palace's rich history. Also nearby is the Spanish Riding School. The riding school dates back to 1735 and trains white Lipizzaner stallions. There are regular tours and shows, but note, July and August is a time where shows may not be performed. The Graben Vienna is an exclusive shopping street in the heart and inner city. The origin of this street dates back to the old Roman time, and it is surrounded by popular alleys and streets. At the time of the Austrian monarchy, the Graben Vienna was known as an exclusive shopping street due to the location to the Hofburg. You may find many different shops and cafes in this pedestrian center open when you visit. One of the historical workshops nearby is the shoemaking by family Schier. Since 1816 and for 7 generations, the family Schier has been making bespoke shoes by hand in Vienna. Not sure what bespoke means? It means each shoe is handcrafted for each particular customer. Along our walking tour, we walked by the Column of Pest. This late 17th century sculpted Holy Trinity column was built to commemorate the victims of the plague. Our walking tour concluded in front of St. Stephen's Cathedral. St. Stephen's Cathedral is the symbol of Vienna, and it is the heart at the center of the city. At 136 meters in height, it is the tallest church in Austria. In addition to valuable altars and side chapels, the impressive cathedral treasure can also be seen, including relics decorated with gold and precious stones. This ended our walking tour, and we had the option to explore some of the sites we had seen in our walking tour and then catch a bus back to the riverboat. For our traveling party, this wasn't our first visit to Vienna, and we decided to head out on our own and visit some of the places we had seen in a previous visit. As we headed out on our own, the first place we looked for was the Wien Universität, or the University of Vienna. This public teaching and research institute was founded in 1365 and has a campus with about 92,000 students. While the buildings of the university are very nice, the reason for us looking for the University of Vienna is that there's a nearby restaurant that we really enjoy called Cafe Einstein. It does service the university, but also the city of Vienna, and serves some fantastic Wiener Schnitzel. We had visited this cafe before, and we took the opportunity to sit outside and enjoy the weather as well as the Wiener Schnitzel. It was a lot of fun, and it was a chance to remember how much we enjoyed Vienna the first time. After lunch, we visited Roman ruins. At a time when the greatest threat to locals was invasion by barbarians, Vienna was a Roman military camp and associated settlement. The location reflected its strategic value as the Danube marked the border between the Roman Empire and the Germanic tribes. So the camp formed one of a series of defensive military positions along the river. UNESCO has Austrian and Viennese parts of this Roman frontier on its World Heritage List, and we had the chance to check it off. Next, we visited the Albertina Museum. The famous gallery is housed in a magnificent building which belonged to the Habsburg family in former times. The tour is an art experience and a palace tour, including the original staterooms, in one. We visited the Vienna State Opera House. Well, in visiting, saying that we walked around it and enjoyed the beautiful building that houses the opera. Our visit was in August, and unfortunately, the opera takes a break in July and August. The Vienna State Opera is one of the leading opera houses in the world. And during much of the year, unfortunately not July and August, visitors can enjoy richly varied performances and events. After we had enjoyed our walk down memory lane, it was time to head back to the river boat. So we took the subway in Vienna known as U-Bahn Metro. We were comfortable with taking the U-Bahn as we had visited before and traveled it with our daughter, who was our guide. And it wasn't too daunting to purchase a ticket, validate it, and head down to board the train. Do remember to validate your ticket once purchased. Just a few stops brought us right to the cruise dock. As we stepped off the U-Bahn platform, we noticed the Francis of Assisi Church, which faces the Danube River. This basilica-style Catholic church is one of the most beautiful churches in Vienna. And from a distance, it looks more like a fairy tale castle. You'll find great views of the church from the pedestrian pathway on the Reichsburg Bridge. After dinner, we stepped off the riverboat and enjoyed a stroll in the evening along the pier. We got to enjoy Vienna with a whole new perspective as the city lit up as evening fell. And at Storyline Travel, we believe every adventure is a story waiting to be told.